Buenos días, señor profeta. Díganos su nombre, por favor.
Yes, my name is Marco Antonio Zazueta Manrique.
Mr. Zazueta, do you need an interpreter?
That depends on what you must tell me.
Okay,
Because
let's use an interpreter then. And so this is going to be tricky because I'm on, the computer, you're on the computer, and Mr. Davis is on a computer as well. So just wait for Mr. Davis to translate what I'm saying, okay, Pedro?
Yes, sir. Entonces, señor, sí vamos a usar intérprete. Es algo trucoso, ya que yo estoy en computadora, usted en computadora, y el intérprete en computadora y teléfono. Así es que haga favor de que esperarse hasta que el intérprete al español antes de responder esto. ¿Está bien?
sí, está bien.
Yes, that's fine.
Mr. Davis, I'm going to read you your charges, but first, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you.
Señor Davis, le voy a leer los cargos pendientes de contra suya, pero primeramente le daré sus derechos también. Tiene usted derecho a guardar silencio. Cualquier cosa que diga podrá y será en contra suya.
Pedro, I'm sorry. I meant Mr. Zazueta, not you.
Understood. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. You have the right to hire an attorney, and in some cases, an attorney might be appointed for you.
También tiene derecho usted a tener su propio abogado, contratarlo usted mismo, y en ciertos casos se le puede asignar un abogado de oficio sin costo o costo reducido.
If you're released from the jail and do not appear for a future hearing, a warrant could issue for your arrest.
Si logra salir de la cárcel y no se presentan audiencias en el futuro, puede ordenarse su arresto.
Before we discuss the charges and your release conditions, know that I've reviewed information provided to me from law enforcement as well as information in the court's file.
Ahora, antes de hablar de las condiciones de libertad y también los cargos pendientes, debo informarle que ya le di un informe previo de la Agencia de Servicios previo al juicio y también de las agencias del orden público.
On CR 25-015-381, I'm seeing you on one count of trespass and one count of possession of paraphernalia.
Ahora, por la causa de CR 2501-5381, lo estoy viendo por una acusación de ingreso ilícito a propiedad ajena y otra acusación de parafernales de droga.
If I release you on your promise to appear, sir, will you do two things? One, promise not to go back to the place you were trespassed.
Yes,
Ahora, si le permito salir de la cárcel, señor, promete hacer dos cosas. Primeramente, de no regresar al sitio donde lo acusan de haber ingresado ilícitamente. ¿Lo promete?
lo prometo.
I promise.
And will you also promise to appear at court on November 24th at 8:30 in the morning?
Yes,
Y
November
también,
24th. November
también
24th,
promete.
8:30, you said? Yeah.
You got to wait, Mr. Davis. Mr. Zazueta,
Señor,
Jesus.
Yes, maybe
señor, espere.
Mr. Zazueta, until
Sir.
Pedro, Mr. Zazueta.
you talk, sir. You talk and he talks one way, sir. I cannot hear, I cannot remember what date you gave me and what time it was, the court.
I know, Mr. Zazueta, let Mr. Davis translate. You will get paperwork.
Okay. all
Permita
right.
que le interprete el intérprete Zazueta. Ya recibirá todo escrito. Usted tendrá una audiencia el 24 de noviembre a las 8:30 por la mañana en el juzgado municipal.
Está bien. Está bien.
So,
Okay.
That's fine.
Was that November 24th at 8:30?
Thank you, Jenna.
Se confirma la fecha, noviembre 24 a las 8:30 por la mañana.
Is
Debe
that
presentarse usted ese día.
It's Justice Court.
Ah, perdón, es en el juzgado municipal, el juzgado de paz, perdón, Justice Court. My mistake, Your Honor, I said City Court.
You're fine, Pedro. Thank you, Jenna. Sir, you're excused.
Thank you very much.
Oh, hold on, Mr. Zazueta. There he is.
Yes,
Espere,
yes, sir. Tú disculpe, pero este hombre que no sabe ni siquiera cómo traducir. Así no se
señor,
traduce.
espere.
Sí, de uno, pues, no deja ni siquiera saber qué es lo que dice el superior, porque es el más importante.
So, tiene una audiencia el 24 de noviembre en Justice Court on Stone.
Siempre confío. Me parece que tengo que tomar pastillas y tengo que ir a la frontera. Tengo que tomar pastillas.
¿Tiene una cita este día Porque
Tengo una cita, no, hoy no salgo cita. Tengo una cita para el lunes o martes de la próxima semana.
este es el 24 de diciembre.
Sí, sí, pero esta es para la
Hey,
otra.
Yes.
Mr. Zazueta has a city court matter too that the clerk has found. So give me 1 second.
Se han encontrado otra acusación pendiente en el juzgado municipal
10th of the 12th of November.
Porque
Por la corte, era la corte.
so, él no puede
Era una firma porque sí.
va a tener por
Yo iba caminando, acababa de comer, iba caminando, me arrestaron. porque sí.
no puede cambiar su fecha.
No, está bien. Yo lo que quiero es que ponga ahí usted que tengo que ir a la frontera a tomar medicinas, si no puedo tener
Oh, sí,
el lugar de cárcel, el hospital, y ahí tendría la
no
corte.
creo que va a salir de la cárcel hoy.
No, yo sé, es lo que me acaba de decir el señor juez, pero yo le quiero decir que es venta.
Hey, Mr. Zazueta,
Yes,
we need to stop real quick. I got a lot of guys to get through and ladies.
yes.
Jenna, I think will be there for a few minutes before felonies come on. She can talk to you. But let me get through one more matter. All right. You've got a city court matter as well. This is on CRBM, sorry, 21010143. I'm seeing you on a failure to comply with a charge of threats and intimidation. It looks like you've been arraigned on this case, but didn't do some of the requirements. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear, provided you also promise to appear on December 10th at 2:30 p.m. in front of the Honorable Sarah Mayhew.
And which
You
one will it be?
understand that?
That's,
So, este es City Court on Alameda.
oh, city.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yes,
do you understand all of that, sir?
I think so.
Did you want Mr. Davis to translate any of that?
If he wants or she wants, I can translate.
Well,
But
I don't think he wants to. I think he'll translate if he needs to. You need him to.
No, but not right now. I understood everything.
Sure. You'll get paperwork. You'll get paperwork telling you about your next court date in city court and in justice court. Jenna's a lovely human being. I'm sure she'll answer some questions before she needs to appear in front of the court again.
Okay, I will. Do you have some sort of card, business card?
Ahora, pero dame-
Okay. Sure. Can I step out?
Yes, sir. You're excused.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, Pedro. You can be excused.
Thank you.
It's them after second. I'm still doing all this stuff. Hold on. Yeah, so how do you get over that? You have to get the alcohol. Oh, right. You'll be next. Let's have a signature. P10? No, it's. No, it's. I'm ready to experiment. It's one baby. I don't know if it's 17. Thank you. Sorry.
Sir, will you please state your name?
Javier Orantes.
All right, Mr. Orantes, I'm going to read you your charges, but first, know that you've got the right to remain silent. Anything you say can't be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney, and in some cases, an attorney might be appointed. If you're released from jail and do not appear for a future hearing, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Before we discuss the charges, know that I've reviewed information provided to me from law enforcement, as well as information in the court's file. I see you're in custody on a felony matter, sir. I'm seeing you, however, on a city court matter It is CM 25041908. It's a criminal trespass in the first degree. Because I'm seeing you on a city court matter and because you're being held on a felony matter, sir, I'm going to hold you on a $100 cash or secured bond. Set a court date, a video review court date of November 21st at 1:45 p.m. in front of Judge Verna. I'm going to consolidate this matter with CM 25038-971, and I'm going to vacate your non-transport review hearing that was scheduled on 12/12. If you are released, you can't go to the incident location. Now, did all of that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Lastly, this is also your arraignment on the city court case. You're presumed innocent. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf. Not only can a warrant issue for your arrest if you fail to appear, trial can go forward in your absence, and if you fail to appear at sentencing within 90 days, you can lose your right to appeal. All right, sir, you're excused.
Thank you.
Lure? Want to have a seat?
Hey, jail, do we have all the
Yes.
misdemeanors here, or are we still doing keep separate?
No, we have the misdemeanors here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to go over a few things with all of you right now. I'm going to read all of you your charges. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney. In some cases, an attorney might be appointed for you. If you're released from jail and you do not appear for a future hearing, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Before I discuss charges with each and every one of you and review release conditions, know that I've reviewed information provided to me from law enforcement as well as information in the court's file. All right, the gentleman who's sitting in front of me, what's your name, sir?
Donovan Lure.
All right, Mr. Lure. I'm seeing you on a failure to comply with a disorderly conduct case on CR 19-913-416. Will you appear at your next hearing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to release you on your promise to appear. Your next hearing is going to be on December 2nd at 9:30 a.m. in front of Judge Foster. I'm going to appoint Janet Altschuler to represent you. Her phone number will be included in the paperwork you're going to receive from the jail. All right, sir, you're excused.
Thank you, sir.
We'll go back to the part of that fund. Ready?
All right, sir, would you please state your name?
Peyton Meddy.
All right, Mr. Meddy, I'm seeing you on CR 25-015-384. This is one count of domestic violence, failure to comply with a court order, and one count of resisting arrest. If I release you, will you promise to appear at an out-of-court hearing?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear. Your hearing is scheduled for November 24th at 10:30 a.m. Give me 1 second, sir. All right. It sounds like your mother, who is an alleged victim, according to the information I have right now, does not have a problem with you returning home, does not have a problem with you maintaining contact with her. All right, sir. With that, you are excused.
All right. Thank you.
You can sit down, part of the farm. Out there. Yeah. Moreno?
Ma'am, will you please state your name?
Clarissa Moreno.
Ms. Marin, I'm seeing you on a CR 22-014-231. This is a failure to comply with a shoplifting charge. It looks like you've also got a probation hold on a felony case. I'm going to hold you on a $100 cash or secured bond, just so that you're getting some time credit against your current charges, okay? You have court on November 13th at 1 p.m. That's in Justice Court in front of Judge Miller. Sorry, in front of Judge Foster. Give me 1 second, ma'am. I'm going to appoint Janet Altschuler to represent you because I'm holding you. Okay, ma'am? Give me 1 second to load this information. Okay, ma'am. So your next court date will be on November 13th with Judge Foster. You'll have Janet Altschuler represent you, and your bond is $100. Understood?
Yeah.
Ma'am, you're excused.
Judgment.
Ma'am, what's your name?
Dana Richmond.
All right, Miss Richmond, I'm seeing you on.
Excuse me?
I'm seeing you on a case out of Sahuarita Municipal Court. It's on charges of. Give me 1 second to find out what they are. All right, seeing you on charges of domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and domestic violence assault. Ma'am, if I release you, will you promise to appear in Sahuarita Municipal Court on December 9th at 8:30 in the morning?
Yes. Yes, I will.
I'm going to release you on your promise to appear then. Your next court hearing is December 9th at 8:30 in the morning. And with that, you are excused, ma'am. Okay, you'll get paperwork from the jail.
Thank you.
Richmond, go back to the Pima.
This
Yes,
here.
that's the bit. Dara.
Ma'am, your name?
Sarah Scheinbaum.
Okay, Ms. Scheinbaum. I'm seeing you on a case out of Sahuarita Municipal Court. Give me 1 second. So charges of domestic violence, fail to comply with court order, and domestic violence disorderly conduct. Do you have a place to live that is not with Daniel McClure?
Yes.
You do? Okay. So I'm gonna, if I release you, will you promise not to speak or meet with Daniel McClure?
Can I grab my stuff with a cop with
Yep.
me?
You sure can. So I'm gonna release you on your promise to appear at court on December 9th at 8:30 in the morning in Sahuarita.
Okay.
You can't have any contact with Daniel McClure. You can't go to the incident location. You may return once with a police escort to pick up your belongings. If you and Daniel want contact again, you can address this with the judge in Sahuarita. All right? All right, ma'am. You are excused.
Thank you, sir.
Go back to the Pima side. We're going to.
Will you please state your name?
Nicole Skundo.
All right, Mr. Gundo, give me 1 second. I've got a couple cases for you here. All right, Mr. Gundo, I'm seeing you on two cases. One is a shoplifting case out of Pima County Justice Court that is CR 25010192. The other is a city court case, which is CM 25038473. Those are charges of assault. It's a failure to appear in an assault case, and then criminal trespass in the first degree, in the third degree, and criminal damage. Were you in the courtroom, ma'am, when I went over your rights? No? Okay. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney. In some instances, an attorney can be appointed on your behalf. If you're released from jail and you do not appear for a future hearing, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Before we discuss your release conditions, know that I've reviewed information from law enforcement as well as information in the court's file. So, ma'am, if I release you, I'm going to be setting court dates in November and in December. Will you go to those court dates? If I order you not to go to any location where you've been trespassed from, will you stay away from those locations? Is that a yes, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
And it looks like at least one of these has an assault charge as well. If I order you to have no contact with the victim of the assault charge, will you have no contact with them?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. On the city court case, I'm going to release you on your promise to appear. You've got court on December 11th at 2:30 p.m. On your justice court case, I'm going to release you on your promise to appear. You have court on November 24th at 10:30 a.m. You'll get paperwork with all of this information as well as the court's orders on what you may not do, all right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're excused. Oh, actually, ma'am, 1 second. Hold on. Before you get up, sorry. Because this is a city court case as well, this is also your arraignment on matters which you have not been arraigned on, which I believe are the trespass matters. You're presumed innocent. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf on those counts. If you fail to appear at a hearing, including a trial, that can go forward in your absence. If you're convicted and fail to appear for sentencing within 90 days, you can lose your right to appeal. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, now you're excused. Ma'am, your name?
Crystal Triste. The screen went black as normal.
So you can't see me?
No, it's just those. There you go.
Now it's okay?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
There's an occasional, glitchy stuff going on. All right. Miss Trista, you said Miss Triste? Triste?
Yeah. Yes. Triste.
Triste, okay. All right, Miss Triste, were you in the courtroom? Did you hear me go over your rights?
Yes.
Okay. So, ma'am, I'm seeing you today on CR 25015386. This is one count of domestic violence, disorderly conduct. Sorry, 2 counts of domestic violence, disorderly conduct.
Yes.
If I order you to appear on November 24th, will you do so?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to release you on your promise to appear. You've got court November 24th at 10:30 in the morning. Give me 1 second. All right, and it looks like the alleged victim in this case is not going to remain at the residence, so you're welcome to go back there, and that individual invites further contact with you, so I will not order no contact. All right, ma'am, you're excused.
Thank you.
Sir, your name?
Gabriel Federico Irigoyen.
All right, Mr. Irigola, I'm seeing you on CR 25015383. This is 1 count of domestic violence, unlawful imprisonment, 1 count of DV assault, 1 count of DV disorderly conduct. Sir, if I release you, will you promise to have no contact with Mariel Estrada?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have a place you can live that is not with Miss Estrada?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to release you on your promise to appear. You've got hearing on November 24th at 10:30 a.m. Because I've ordered no contact with Miss Estrada, if you do have contact with her, not only could you pick up a new domestic violence charge, you can also pick up another charge for failing to comply with a court order. Understand?
Yes, sir. I do.
All right, sir. You're excused.
Thank you.
Your name?
Martin Coral.
All right, sir, give me 1 second. Is that Martin Jaime Corral?
Yes.
All right, sir. I'm seeing you on some city court cases. It is CM 240338875, 250225503, 25041905, and 25041905B. These are counts of or charges of drug paraphernalia, theft, and drug paraphernalia. Sir, if I release you on your promise to appear, will you appear at a hearing in front of Judge Hale on December 10th at 9 a.m.?
Yes, sir.
Right. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear. I don't know where the alleged theft or shoplifting occurred at. I'm going to order that you not go back to that location. Understood?
Yes, sir.
All right, you'll have a hearing on December 10th at 9 a.m. On any cases that you have not been arraigned on, this is also your arraignment. So that should be at least CM 25041905A and B. You're presumed innocent. I'm going to plead you not guilty. If you fail to appear at court, hearings can go forward in your absence, including trial. If you fail to appear at sentencing within 90 days, you can lose your right to appeal. You understand?
Sir.
All right, sir, you're excused. Sir, your name?
Angel Cuevas.
All right, Mr. Cuevas, I'm seeing you on CM 25041902. This is one count of domestic violence, disorderly conduct. If I release you, sir, will you have no contact with Kaylee Rodriguez?
Yes.
Will you not go back to the incident location?
May I get my belongings?
You may return one time with law enforcement escort, yes.
Okay.
And will you appear at a hearing on December 16th?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to release you on your promise to appear. Your hearing will be December 16th at 1:30 p.m. You may not have contact with Ms. Rodriguez. You may not go to her residence, her workplace, the incident location. You may return one time with law enforcement contact or with law enforcement escort. I'm going to consolidate this case with CM 250-32946. I'm going to vacate your hearing on the 3rd of December at 10 a.m. No, hold on. Sorry, I'm not going to do that actually because I'm not holding you. So I'm going to consolidate this case. Give me 1 second, Mr. Cuevas. Step with the city clerk. All right, Mr. Cuevas, hold on. I'm actually going to set a hearing on both these matters. So I've consolidated CM 25041902 with CM 250329. You're going to have hearings on both these cases on December 3rd at 1:30 p.m. This is in front of Judge Millian. If you have contact with Ms. Rodriguez, not only might you be looking at further charges of domestic violence, you'll also be looking at potential felony charges of failing to comply with a court order. You understand that?
Yes.
All right. As is your arraignment on these new charges, you're presumed innocent. Going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf. If you fail to appear at any hearings, including trial, that trial can go forward in your absence. If you fail to appear at sentencing within 90 days, you can lose your right to appeal. Understand?
Yes, Your Honor. May I ask a question? I plan on moving back with my family in California because I have no family here. I also plan on taking diversion courses. Am I allowed to take them in a different state?
When were you planning on moving?
Well, as soon as I get my belongings. Because I have no place to stay in this state. All my family's in California.
Give me 1 second, sir. So, hey, so Mr. Cuevas, you can't leave the state without the court's permission. I can't give you that permission right now. I don't know enough about these charges, and Ms. Rodriguez needs to be spoken to. What I am going to do is this, though. I'm going to appoint the city public defender to represent you. If you have nowhere else to stay right now, then there is a transition center that is outside. It's actually connected to the jail. There should be a blue line that can direct you there once you're released from the jail. Go there. If you need a place to sleep, they will set you up with some resources. The city PD can file a motion with Judge Million asking that you be allowed to live in California and do some classes there. You're going to have to comply with whatever Judge Million requests. If, as I said before, if you fail to appear at any hearing, a warrant can issue for your arrest, okay?
Okay, but I must stay before my hearing, correct?
You must stay until Judge Million gives you permission to leave, and I've appointed a city PD so that they can probably help you see Judge Million sooner than later, okay?
Okay.
All right, sir. Take care. Sir, will you please state your name?
Christopher David Cannon.
All right. Mr. Kennan, I'm seeing you on CM 25041907. This is 2 counts of disorderly conduct, the DV disorderly conduct. If I release you, will you stay away from Miss Gray?
Yes, Your Honor.
Will you stay away from her home or work, home and work?
Yes, Your Honor.
And will you appear at court on December 16th at 1:30 p.m.?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to release you on your promise to appear. You've got court December 16th, 1:30 p.m. in front of Judge Million. You may not have contact with Ms. Gray. You may not go to her work. You may not go to her residence. You cannot go to the incident location. If you have belongings at that location, you can appear one time with law enforcement escort to retrieve your belongings. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir, as this is also your arraignment on the city court case, you're presumed innocent. I'm going to enter plea to not guilty on your behalf. If you fail to appear at any hearing, a warrant can issue for your arrest. If you fail to appear at trial and sentencing, trial can go forward in your absence. If you're sentenced and you fail to appear for sentencing within 90 days, you can lose your right to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you're excused. Sir, your name?
Osvaldo Lucenillo.
All right, I'm sorry, and I'm going to butcher your last name. You said Lasagna?
Close enough, sir.
Okay, Mr. Lasagna, I'm seeing you on CM 25041906 and CM 25041903. These are charges of domestic violence assault, domestic violence criminal damage, domestic violence disorderly conduct, another charge of DV assault, another charge of DV disorderly conduct. All right, sir, if I release you, will you stay away from I believe your wife's name is Cochera Lasagna.
Posetti.
Sorry.
Posetti? Yes, sir, yes.
And Jose, is that your father?
Yeah,
All right. And you've got a child as well, right, with Cochera?
correct.
Okay. So if I release you, will you stay away from all three of them for now?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to release you on your promise to appear. You've got court on December 11th at 9:30 a.m. That's in front of Judge Verena. So yeah, unfortunately, right now, I don't know the facts of this case, but you may not have contact with any of the individuals I just listed. They're also listed in your release conditions. If you have contact with them, you could pick up new charges of domestic violence. You can also pick up felony charges of failing to comply with a court order. Understand?
Understood.
All right, sir. As this is also your arraignment, I'm going to plead you not guilty. You're presumed innocent. As I told you before, if you fail to appear at a hearing, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Trial can also go forward in your absence. If you fail to appear for sentencing within 90 days, you can lose your right to appeal. Understood?
Understood.
All right, sir, you're excused.
Thank you. Sir.
Here's.
Here.
Pierce is sleeping. Or he wasn't in the room.
Here.
All right, sir, please state your name.
Richard Pierce.
Pierce, I'm going to go over your charges, but first, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney. In some instances, an attorney can be appointed for you. If you're released from jail and do not appear, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Before we discuss your release conditions, I've reviewed information provided to me from law enforcement as well as information in the court's file. Sir, on CM 25013311, I'm seeing you on one count of failing to comply with a court order regarding a charge of being in the park after hours. Sir, I'm going to release you on your promise to appear. You'll have court December 11th at 2 p.m. in front of Judge Hale. Don't go back to this park, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you're excused.
Thank you.
Is here?
Ma'am, just there. Will you please state your name?
Patricia Padilla.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Patricia Padilla.
Jail, are we skipping Mr. Youngman? Which is fine.
Youngman is next. This is Padilla.
Thank you. All right. Miss Padilla,
Yes.
give me 1 second. I wasn't ready for you. That's okay. All right, Miss Padilla, I'm seeing you on one count of domestic violence disorderly conduct on CR 25015382. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney. In some instances, an attorney could be appointed for you. Before we discuss your charges and release conditions, know that I've reviewed information provided to me from law enforcement, as well as information in the court's file.
Okay,
Ma'am, so if I release you, will you promise to have no contact with Jessica Rowe?
yes, that's fine.
And will you not go back to the incident location?
No, sir, that's a home I own, and the sheriff's deputy wrote at the very bottom of the page there that I should be able to go back.
Let me double check that. Thank you for that.
And I still don't understand why this is domestic violence, because this girl is a vagrant. I allowed
So,
her.
ma'am, and
Okay.
I'm not going to get into the facts of the case or the law, but you don't want to be discussing the facts of what happened with a judge that's being recorded, okay?
Okay, I just don't understand domestic violence.
And that's fair. Okay, thank you. I now see that in the second part of the probable cause statement. All right, so let me change that. All right, so Ms. Rook, I'll release you on your promise to appear at court on November 24th at 10:30 in the morning. No contact with Ms. Roak. You've already indicated that's fine. You must allow Ms. Roak into your home on one occasion with law enforcement to pick up any belongings that she has left behind there, okay?
That's fine.
All right, ma'am. You are excused for today. So
Thank you.
I know you've got questions. You always have the right to hire an attorney. I'm not sure if the court will appoint you an attorney on this matter or not, okay?
How do I find that out?
At your next court date on November 24th at 10:30 in the morning, you can ask the judge whether or not that judge will appoint you an attorney.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, Marty. So then I will do a non-trial review hearing.
It's a non-chair. Okay.
Sir, will you please state your name?
I'm Nicholas Shuckman, and for what it's worth mentioning, if you don't mind, I prefer ma'am. I am transgender. I prefer to go by Kiva as well.
Pila? And it's ma'am? No problem.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Ms. Youngman, I'm seeing you on a city court matter. This is CM 25028309. It's and CM 25036996 and CM 25041910 A and B. These are charges of failing to appear for criminal trespass, failing to appear for soliciting, as well as new charges of criminal trespass in the third degree and criminal damage. All right. I also understand that you have a probation hold. So here's what we're gonna do.
What do I want to do?
No, I said, here's what we're gonna do. Because you have a probation hold, I'm gonna release you on your promise to appear. You're not gonna be
Okay.
released from jail until probation releases you, okay? But
Right.
I'm gonna set a non-transport review hearing for December 19th at 2 p.m. Hold on. That might be the wrong time. Thanks.
The 19th.
19th, yeah. It'll be a non-transport review hearing at 9 a.m. You will not be transported for that, okay? The city public defender will represent your interests in that matter while you're dealing with whatever you're being held on by probation.
I don't think I quite understand what that kind of a hearing is.
Give me one second, okay, Ms. Youngman? Hold
Yes,
on.
sir. Yes, sir.
Let me take a look at your jail file. Hold on.
Okay, Your Honor.
Jail, I don't see that Miss Youngman's been held on a felony matter. Can you provide me the?
No, Your Honor. Just probation, which is out of Superior Court.
Do you have the CR number, jail?
Yes, there's two CR numbers.
Wait,
CR 2024-1768 and 2024-2027.
thank you very much.
I don't mean to call anybody here jail the way Your Honor did, but like, I'm a little confused. And if somebody wouldn't mind, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, give me 1 second, Ms. Youngman. Hold on.
Hey, I didn't actually mean you, Your Honor. I was hoping somebody around me could answer it, but I don't mind waiting and asking you instead.
Yeah, and there's going to be an attorney who is going to appear for the felony cases. She can likely answer your questions. All right, so you had Kate James represent you on 2 felony matters, correct?
That's accurate, and that is, I want to say, the best lawyer I ever had.
Good.
And I don't know if there's any relevance or if I'd ever be able to have her represent me again, but that would be great. So that could be the case. Anyway, that's accurate. Did he get frozen?
So,
No, okay.
so Ms. Youngman, right now, probation has said, hey, don't release Ms. Youngman until we figure things out. All right. They have not filed a petition to revoke your probation. Not that I see. Not that I see in the case file. You can certainly make a legal call to Kate James once you go back to wherever they're going to house you. I'm going to release you. So I'm going to release you in your city court case, but the jail is going to hold you until probation releases you. Okay. The non-transport review hearing is a hearing where your city court public defender will discuss your city court cases with the prosecutor and the judge. You won't be present. You do have an attorney, but you don't need to go to those hearings, okay?
Okay.
Now, real quick, because you're being arraigned on some new charges in city court, I'm going to plead you not guilty. You're presumed innocent. If you fail to appear at hearings, a trial can go forward in your absence. If you fail to appear for sentencing within 90 days, you can lose your right to appeal. All right?
Right.
All right, ma'am. Take care.
Could I have a second, please?
Oh, sure.
Yes,
go ahead. Yeah.
For one, I did not actually mean to miss the things that I did so that I had those warrants. I'm glad.
Okay. I mean, don't worry about that right now. There's nothing I can do with that.
He's giving me an opportunity to speak.
Talk to Kate James, okay? She'll help you.
And even if this is the last thing I get to say, I don't mind the time that I have to be here. And hopefully it means that just like last time I was here, I get to go to rehab after, which is not some place I was able to take myself to get to.
I hope probation can work on that with you, Ms. Youngman, all right? Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck. Take care. Sorry, Mari, we might not make it. I know. Crying. Hey, Jenna, are there, is Ms. Mehdi, this is Ms. Mehdi?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are there other individuals behind that partition?
Hey, Your Honor, she's a keep separate, so there's no one else in the courtroom.
All right. Ms. Mehdi, will you please say your name?
Jody Eddie.
All right, Ms. Mehdi, I'm going to read you your charges, but first, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney. I'll be appointing an attorney for you, and you have Ms. Johnson sitting next to you. If you're released from jail and do not appear for a future hearing, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Before we discuss your charges, know that I've reviewed information provided to me from law enforcement, as well as information in the court's file, recommendations from the state, and I'm going to hear from Ms. Johnson, okay? So on CR 25015387, I'm seeing you on one count of what looks to be criminal damage. Neil, I see your recommendation of a $2,500 bond. Jenny, you want to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor, we would ask that you release Miss. And I guess I thought the same thing, Your Honor. I believe the charge, the only charge on the jail has is it for a DUI.
I'm not sure why be a felony. Give me 1 second here.
I think that the arresting officer alleged she was driving the wrong way on a highway.
Thank you very much.
Was this last week?
This was yesterday. Or that's the date they had.
Yesterday?
Okay, thank you very much, Jenna. I remember that now. Okay. I'm sorry, Jenna. So, Ms. Mehdi, you're being held on one count of aggravated DUI, not criminal damage. I apologize for my error there. Jenna, did you want to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor, we would ask that you release her to pretrial services supervision. Ms. Mehdi has no prior DUI convictions, no prior felony convictions. So she has no prior failures to appear of any kind within the last 2 years or older than the last 2 years. Pretrial services did score her at a 1, and she is employed as an ER physician at Northwest Hospital. Given that, we do, I think pretrial services supervision would be appropriate.
Ms. Mehdi, I'm actually going to release you on your promise to appear. I assume you'll appear for any court hearing I set. I'm going to set a court hearing of December 2nd at 1:30 p.m. That hearing is very unlikely to go. Just about guarantee you it will not go. Talk to your attorney. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I don't know if you'll qualify for a public defender. If not, hire an attorney. Speak to them, okay? So speak to your attorney about this next court date. They'll advise you of what's going on in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
All right, man.
So
You are released today from the jail on your promise to appear for any future court hearings.
okay. So I guess my attorney will find out more.
Your attorney will tell you what's going on.
Right, but driving the wrong way on.
Well, ma'am, hey, ma'am, don't. What you say right now is being recorded, and
okay.
and you should remain silent.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted to hear the charge.
So it's aggravated driving under the influence, and Ms. Johnson's correct. There's an allegation you were driving the wrong way on a highway while under the influence, and that's what makes it a felony charge. Okay. All right, ma'am, you're excused.
My son is also here. But he's not coming in here yet.
She came on.
Your Honor, I had signal issues. Sound check.
Yeah, Neil, you're good. You're good, man.
I believe everyone else is in the courtroom.
Thank you, Jenna. All right, ladies and gentlemen, ma'am, before we begin, bear with me. I'm going to go over all of your charges, but first, everyone, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to hire an attorney. In these cases, I'll be appointing an attorney. You'll also have an attorney sitting next to you right now. If you're released from the jail and you do not appear for a future hearing, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Before we discuss the charges and your release conditions, know that I've reviewed information provided to me from law enforcement, information in the court's file, the state's recommendations, and I'll hear from both the state and the defense. All right, ma'am, what's your name?
This Babastro.
All right. Give me 1 second to pull up your file here. All right, Ms. Bavastro, I'm seeing you on CR 25015385. This is possession of a weapon by a prohibited possessor. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. The state's recommending a bond of $7,500 and pretrial release. My inclination is to hold you on a bond of $1,100. Jenna, do you want to be heard?
Yes, we would ask that you release her to pretrial services supervision. Her last felony arrest was in 2019. She only scored a 3 on the NCA and FTA scales, and it doesn't appear that she has failures to appear in the past 2 years. Given that, we would ask that you give her an opportunity on pretrial services release.
Ma'am, I understand what your attorney is saying. I'm going to hold you, though, on a $1,100 cash or secured bond. You're excused.
I'm sorry, when's the PH date, Your Honor?
I'm sorry. Thank you, Jenna. Your hearing date is November 24th at 1:30 p.m.
Thank you. For sure.
Brandon. Babastro, go back to the Pima side.
Sir, your name?
Brandon Earl Biberdorf.
All right, Mr. Biberdorf, I'm seeing you on CR 25015380. That is 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm not sure why it has been charged as a felony. You can discuss that with your attorney. You are being held on a current felony case. All right, my inclination right now is to hold you on a $500 cash or secure bond and set a steps hearing for November 19th at 9 a.m. Does counsel want to be heard on that?
Objection.
Okay. So, sir, you'll have a steps hearing on November 19th where you'll be transported, to the best of my understanding. You also have a preliminary hearing on November 24th at 1:30 p.m., a court date that's unlikely to go. Speak to your attorney about that. I'm going to appoint Eric Manch to represent you, and his phone number will be in your paperwork, all right?
Uh.
All right, sir, you're excused.
Brandon, go back down. Follow the corner.
Sir, your name?
Manuel Carlos Córdoba, Jr.
All right, sir, I'm seeing you on CR 25015374. This is 1 count of theft of means of transportation. State, I see your recommendation is a $7,500 bond plus pretrial release. Defense, my inclination is to release Mr. Cordova to pretrial services with the admonishment to have no contact with the alleged victim. Do you want to be heard?
Objection to that.
Neil, do you want to be heard further?
No, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Sir, you've got a court date on December 2nd at 1:30 p.m. That court date is unlikely to go. Please speak to your attorney. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you. You're released to pretrial services. You must have contact with them, and you may have no contact with the alleged victim. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You agree?
Agree.
Yes, sir. You're excused.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, your name?
Justin DeWitt.
All right, and I believe we also have Ms. DeWitt on the phone.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, ma'am, give me 1 second, okay, and then I'll let you speak. Mr. DeWitt, I'm seeing you on CR 25015380. 375. This is 1 count of aggravated harassment. The state's asking for a Neil, are you asking for a release in this case? No, you're asking for, I see it now, a no bond hold. Okay.
That's correct.
Ms. DeWitt, did you want to be heard?
Yes, on behalf of his family and myself. This is several times of becoming an issue, and we are to the point of asking if he can get mental and rehabilitation for drugs. It's becoming out of control.
All right, so Mr. DeWitt, I can't order that right now. You can speak to the state about that. Mr. DeWitt, because the state's asking for a no bond hold, they'll have to go through the process of proving you can be held without bond. However, for the time being, I will hold you without bond. I'm going to schedule a court hearing on November 17th at 2:30 p.m. I'm also going to schedule a preliminary hearing on November 21st at 1 p.m. If you are released, you may not have contact with any other alleged victims. You may not go to the incident location. You understand?
John, I have a question.
Ask Jenna.
Hey, Your Honor, you can go back to the.
1 second, sir.
Oh,
Sir.
I want to appoint you an attorney here, but I don't have one listed yet, so give me 1 second.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. DeWitt, for now, I'm going to appoint the public defender's office. I'm not sure if they're going to take this case or not, but you will have an attorney representing you at this bond hearing on November 17th. You understand? All right, sir, you're excused.
Thank you.
Like, hey, like,
Sir, your name?
This is Duran.
All right, Mr. Duran, I'm seeing you on CR 25-015376. That's 1 count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Sorry, 2 counts. And 1 count of armed robbery. The state's asking for a $15,000 bond plus pretrial services. My inclination is to hold you on a $5,000 cash secured bond. Jenna, do you want to be heard?
Your Honor, we would ask that you release due to pretrial services supervision. Pretrial services did only score him at a 2. And he does have confirmed housing with his brother. Given that, we would ask that you release him.
I've heard this defense argument, Mr. Duran. I'm going to hold you on a $5,000 cash secured bond with the admonishment that if you are released, you may not go to incident location. Your attorney is going to be the public defender's office. Your next hearing date will be November 24th at 1:30 p.m., sir. You're excused.
Where is the incident location? Where the incident location is? Like,
All right, Mr. Hegedus, I'm seeing you on a couple of matters. Give me 1 second to pull them both up. All right, I'm seeing you on CR 25-015377 and CR 25-015389. I'm also seeing you on some city court matters. All the charges, sorry, I'll go over all the charges. This is possession of a dangerous drug, intent to facilitate shoplifting, organized retail theft, possession of a narcotic drug, possession of paraphernalia, tampering with evidence, and failure to appear in the second degree. On the felony charges, my inclination is to hold Mr. Hegedus on a bond of $1,100, cash or secured, concurrent with both cases. Does the other party want to be heard?
No, Your Honor.
After you release Mr. Hegedus to pretrial services supervision, I understand he does have a number of prior felony convictions. Those all appear to be drug related. There's nothing involving any kind of violence or weapons. The current charges before the court are also nonviolent property offenses and drug offenses, and pretrial services was able to speak with his mother, who did confirm that he can reside there. Given that, we would ask that you give him an opportunity on pretrial services for this.
Yeah, Jenna. He also has, Mr. Hegedus, you also have 5 city court matters that you need to be seen on. So I'm going to hold you on the $1,100 bonds on your felony cases, and I'm going to hold you on a $500 cash or secured bond on your city court cases with a video review hearing on those cases on November 21st at 1:45 p.m. I'm going to appoint the city public defender to represent you on your city court matters. On your felony matter, you'll have a preliminary hearing on November 24th at 1:30 p.m. If you are released, you cannot go to any incident location where you've been trespassed or asked not to return. On your city court matter, this is also your arraignment. You're presumed innocent. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf. If you fail to appear at a hearing, a warrant can issue for your arrest. Trial can go forward in your absence. If you fail to appear for sentencing within 90 days, you can lose your right to appeal. All right, counsel. That's all. Mr. Hegedus, you're excused. We got all you. So your name?
Isaiah Jonathan Lloyd.
All right, Mr. Lloyd. I'm seeing you on a few matters. I'm seeing you on CR 2022-2632. That is a Superior Court case for possession of a dangerous drug. I'm seeing you on new charges of another dangerous drug possession case and a warrant out of Gila County for a paraphernalia case. My inclination is to hold Mr. Lloyd on a $1,100 cash or secured bond on the Superior Court case, CR 2022-3632. Does other party wish to be heard?
We would ask that you release Mr. Lloyd to pretrial services in all the pending cases. All of these cases only involve personal drug possession in relatively small amounts based on the information that I have. And given that, we would ask that you give him an opportunity on pretrial services release. I think at least on the new case, he is eligible for steps, which you would not be able to engage in inside the jail.
Neil, do you want to be heard?
No, Judge.
Mr. Lloyd, you told pretrial services that you were aware of your charges, you were aware of the court date, and you didn't have a reason why you didn't appear. Will you appear if you're ordered to appear?
Yes, Your Honor.
Give me 1 second here. Mr. Lloyd, do you have a way to get to Gila Bend?
No, I without transportation.
All right. Mr. Lloyd, Gila Bend's requiring that I hold you. They're requesting a review, an in-custody review hearing on December 12th at 9 a.m. I'm going to hold you on that $100 cash or secured bond pursuant to their request that you be held. I'm going to hold you on a $1,100 cash and secured bond on the city court case. You'll have a preliminary, you'll have an arraignment on November 19th at 1:30 p.m. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you on that one. And I'm going to hold you on your pre-indictment case on $1,100 cash and secured bond. I can't make those concurrent, so they have to be consecutive. Your preliminary hearing date will be November 24th at 1:30 p.m. Also appointing the public defender to represent you. All right, sir, you're excused.
Your Honor, the court also set a steps hearing for the new case. I think pretrial indicated he was eligible.
Happily. Setting steps hearing on the same date as your arraignment, November 19th at 9 a.m., sir. I hope that we can work out some way, or hope that the court can work out some way that you're steps eligible, notwithstanding these current cases. All right, sir, you're excused.
All right, thank you.
Ma'am, your name?
Mia Montaño.
All right, sorry, Ms. Montaño. I had to find my screen. All right, Ms. Montaño, I'm seeing you on a number of cases. I'm seeing you on charges of organized retail theft, possession of a narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia, and a number of city court charges to include failing to appear over multiple dates from 2019 through 2025. The state's recommended a $5,000 bond on the felony case. Jenna, do you want to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor, I would ask that you release her to pretrial services supervision. I understand that she does have a number of warrants pending in city court. However, this is her first felony arrest of any kind, so even if she went to trial and loses, she will be probation available. These are nonviolent property and drug offenses, and it appears that all of her cases pending in city court are also nonviolent property and drug offenses. Given that, we would ask that you release her and give her an opportunity to engage with services with pretrial.
Ms. Montano, I'm going to hold you on a $500 cash and secured bond. If you bond out, you can't return to any of these incident locations. Your next court date is November 24th at 1:30 p.m. We're going to appoint the legal defender to represent you. On your city court matters, I'm going to hold you on a $500 cash and secured bond. You'll have a video review hearing on November 21st at 1:45 p.m. I'm going to appoint the city PD to represent you. Those are in front of Judge Mayhew. I hope that the city PD can help you wrap up all these many misdemeanor matters that keep tripping you up. You've already been arraigned on those matters, so I won't go over your arraignment. You're excused, ma'am. Sir, your name?
Anthony Manuel Sanchez Moreno.
All right, Mr. Moreno, I'm seeing you on CR 25015378. This is one count of domestic violence kidnap, domestic violence aggravated assault strangulation. The state's asking for a $35,000 bond plus pretrial release. Jenna, do you want to be heard?
I think this moment, Your Honor.
Mr. Moreno, I'm going to hold you on a $20,000 cash and secured bond.
Your Honor, I'm so sorry. Can I have just a moment to speak with Mr. Moreno? I'm sorry.
Sorry, Jen, I didn't hear you. Yes.
I apologize, Your Honor. Mr. Moreno does have alternate housing available. This first. Given that, we would ask that you give him an opportunity on pretrial services release.
So, Mr. Moreno, I hear what your counsel is saying. I see 4 prior felony convictions, 5 prior felony convictions alleged, and an order that you not have contact with the alleged victim in this case, that being Ms. Reagan. I'm going to hold you on a $20,000 cash or secured bond. If you bond out, you may not have contact with Ms. Reagan. You may not go back to the incident location. If you do bond out, you may return one time to pick up belongings with a police escort. Your next court date is November 24th at 1:30 p.m. And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You're excused, sir. Yep.
Please, that was our last hearing, Your Honor.
That was. Take care, all.
Thank you.
Good day, Your Honor.
one charge of domestic violence endangerment, domestic violence disorderly conduct, and 2 counts of domestic violence disorderly conduct. Domestic violence assault. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty. I see that you have another case that's pending in city court. And then this alleged victim, there was a pending, or you were served with an order of protection allegedly, and now this case involves that same person. I'm going to set your bond because of all those reasons. I'm setting a bond in your case of $2,000. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. So now you've got 2 court orders telling you not to have contact with the victim. Don't call that person. Don't see that person. Don't social media the person. Stay away from the person. Your next hearing date is going to be in city court, November 19th, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your attorney will be in touch with you to talk to you about your case. You are excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What is your full name, please?
Elijah Carlos Miranda.
Looks like you had a warrant for your arrest at an Ajo Justice Court. It was for a charge involving disorderly conduct and assault. The case has been pending since February 21st of 2022. I am going to quash the warrant, enter pleas of not guilty. I see you're being held on a bond on another matter. I'm going to release you on this misdemeanor case. Your next court date in Ajo Justice Court is going to be November 25th, 2025 at 9 a.m. And I'll let Ajo know that you're currently in custody on another matter. You are excused. Thank you.
Yeah.
Full name, sir.
Tuan Nguyen. Tuan Kong Nguyen.
You had a warrant for your arrest at the jail found for a shoplifting charge. This case has been pending in Justice Court since July 4th of 2024. I'm going to quash the warrant. I'm going to release you, sir, and give you a chance to appear on your own in Justice Court, November 24th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. If you don't appear, another warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Can we just do everything today somehow? Because I live in Phoenix. And
You'll have to appear in Justice Court when you get out. Thank you.
thank you. Oh.
What is your full name, please?
Carl Howard.
Mr. Salavec, you picked up new charges of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree and drug paraphernalia from today's date. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. You also had 4 cases in warrant status for charges involving criminal trespass, 2 cases involving drug paraphernalia, 1 case involving soliciting. I'm going to quash those warrants. Mr. Solobeck, I'm going to give you a chance to appear on your own. You cannot pick up any new charges. You now have 5 cases pending in city court. Your next court date is going to be December 10th at 2:00 p.m. If you don't appear, more warrants will issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yes.
You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
Richard. Can you report about it?
Hello,
Good evening. What is your full name, sir?
Richard Paul Van Dyne.
I'm going to waive reading of the complaint, enter pleas of not guilty, let you know that you do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I'm going to hear first in the prosecutor's office regarding their bond recommendation, and then I will hear from your attorney. Mr. Goodman?
Your Honor, the state's requesting $50,000 with pretrial services, given the aberrant nature of the offenses, the significant mandatory prison time that is associated with these offenses. And per the pretrial report, he was unable to provide any sort of references, so there's no verification of anything as far as certain categories of individuals and things of that nature being around.
Defense counsel.
Your Honor, may I have a moment to speak with Mr. Van Dyne?
Yes.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I would ask for release of pretrial services or a more nominal bond for Mr. Van Dyne. He noted he lives in an adult care home, so everyone who lives in that household are other adults. He is a 1 and a 1 on the NCA FTA scale. If the state would feel more comfortable having him not be able to access the internet except via, for example, a public library or just for banking reasons, I think that would be an appropriate term for his release, but otherwise I would ask for release to pretrial services or a more nominal bond.
Mr. Van Dyne, your bond is set at $10,000, and I'll note for the record that his age, his contact with the community, no prior criminal arrest history. He's 1-on-1 on the PSA. I'm sorry, he's a 1 on the NCA scale, 1 on the FTA scale. So I'm setting a bond of $10,000 plus release of pretrial services. If you're able to post that bond, you must comply with any monitored treatment as directed by pretrial services. You're not allowed to have any contact with any minors. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. November 24, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. is the preliminary hearing. Anything else for the record?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're excused, sir. Thank you.
Your Honor, this is the interpreter. I was cut off for a second. I wanted to make sure that no Spanish came up while I was off.
Jail, are there any Spanish-speaking defendants?
No, Your Honor.
All right, a Spanish interpreter is excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What is your full name, sir?
Fernando.
All right, sir. It looks like you had two separate felony cases. You had one case where you were in warrant status for a felony charge of burglary in third degree and burglary in second degree. The burglary in third degree is from November 6th of 2023. The burglary in second degree is from December 3rd, 2023. I'm going to quash the warrants, enter pleas of not guilty. The other case is a new charge from today's date for one count of kidnapping. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. I need to let you know, sir, that for both cases, you do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I'm going to hear first in the prosecutor's office regarding their bond recommendations, and then I will hear from your attorney. Mr. Goodman?
Your Honor, I'll start with the warrant amount. The state's actually requesting a higher bond of 7,500, at least on the warrant with pretrial services. He was previously released, last had contact with them about 2 years ago. He committed new crimes, one in California. So he left the jurisdiction, committed
That's
an
not
offense
true.
there.
I didn't.
He committed a new offense today, as the court's aware. And per his substantial criminal history, he's got ties to California, Hawaii, and Texas. The state believes he's a flight risk. And on the kidnap case, the state's requesting a $10,000 bond in lieu of a no bond, given that he appears to be on felony release out of here locally, Pima County, for the warrant case, as well as that California case. So he's almost maxed out, it looks like, on both scales. So that would be the basis for the state's recommendation in the respective matters.
Defense counsel?
Your Honor, I believe I need to speak with Mr. Labar for one moment, if that's okay.
Yes.
I'm from long-term care over a year ago.
Your Honor, I would ask for more nominal bonds for Mr. Labar. I'll note that he's unemployed. He does have family in the area, so he might have potentially housing with those folks.
Mr. Labar, on the warrant case for burglary, your bond is set at $5,000. No contact with any of the victims. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Your arraignment date is set for November 19th, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. On your new charge of kidnapping, your bond is set at $10,000. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim involved in this case. The Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Your preliminary hearing is set November 24th, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. You are excused. Your attorney will be in touch with you. Thank you.
I've never done, I'm free to go.
What is your full name, sir?
Anthony Curtis Grosset.
You are charged with unlawful possession of a narcotic drug for sale, unlawful possession of a dangerous drug for sale, and illegal conducting control of an enterprise. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty. You also had an unlawful possession of transportation of a drug for sale, and one count of let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and one count of conspiracy misconduct involving a weapon. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. You do have a constitutional right to remain silent to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I'm going to hear first from the prosecutor's office regarding his bond recommendation, and then I will hear from your attorney. Mr. Goodman.
Your Honor, the state's requesting a $40,000 bond in lieu of a no bond hold with pretrial services. It looks like he's on felony release for very similar conduct, which he posted a $10,000 bond for. The matter that he's actually on release for, the existing matter, it looks like he committed that sales offense while he was on parole for essentially a different sales offense. So he has a history of sales. He's on release for sales, and these are sizable quantities of drugs. So that's why the state's recommending the bond in lieu of the no bond that it is recommended.
Defense counsel?
Your Honor, I would ask for a more nominal bond for Mr. Grosset. I'll note that he does have ties to the community. He's lived here 4 years, and he is innocent and presumed innocent until proven guilty. He also is indigent, so any bond would have the impact of holding him in custody.
Mr. Garcia, your bond set at $40,000. If you're able to post that bond, you will be released to the supervision of pretrial services. You must comply with any monitored treatment they recommend. You're not allowed to be in possession of any alcohol or take any illegal drugs. Possess no firearms or weapons. Don't go back to the incident location, that camp location. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Your preliminary hearing is November 24th, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you. You are excused. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Have a good day.
On that door and go downstairs.
What is your full name, please?
Amy Elizabeth Joyner.
You had a warrant for your arrest out of Maricopa County. It was for charges involving unlawful possession of a narcotic drug, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. They were asking for a $500 bond. Ms. Joyner, I'm going to quash that warrant. I'm going to release you to pretrial services, give you a chance to appear on your own in Maricopa County. So you must report to Maricopa County to get that to appear in their court. So
Thank you.
You will be released from custody this evening. You also had a charge of shoplifting. It's a misdemeanor matter out of Justice Court. I'm going to quash the warrant, release you. Your next court date is going to be in Justice Court on November 24th at 8:30 a.m. You must appear in court. If not, a warrant will issue for your arrest. And don't go back to the store location. You will be excused. What is your full name, sir?
Abraham Koslitsky.
You had 2 separate felony cases. One case is from, November 12th, involving 2 charges of aggravated shoplifting, 2 counts of aggravated shoplifting in class 4, 2 counts of organized retail theft, 1 charge of overarching theft. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. You also had another case from November 12th for organized retail theft and aggravated shoplifting. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. The state, I'm sorry, I need to let you know that you do have a constitutional right to remain silent to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. And then I will hear from the prosecutor first and then your attorney. Mr. Goodman.
Your Honor, essentially on the overarching theft matter, the state's requesting $15,000 with pretrial services, and then the other matter that only has the 2 counts, $5,000 with pretrial services. It looks like he's got some criminal history that I found involving similar conduct, at least on the misdemeanor side of things too. He's got at least 4 warrants. And on the overarching theft matter, we aren't talking about a few items, a small amount of economic loss. We're talking an amount that's close to, I want to say, $30,000. The other matter may have more, I would say, de minimis value. So that's why the state waived that and requested the $5,000 bond on that matter.
Defense counsel?
Your Honor, I would ask for more nominal bonds for Mr. Kosterlitsky. I'll note that he is a lifelong resident. He's currently unemployed and indigent, so any amount of bond would have the effect of holding him in custody at this time.
Mr. Kosterlitsky, on the case involving the multiple counts, including the overarching theft charge, your bond is set at $15,000. On the case involving the organized retail theft and aggravated shoplifting, your bond is set at $5,000. You're not allowed to go back to the store locations. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you in both cases. In both cases, your preliminary hearing is set November 24th, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. You also had some misdemeanor matters. Let's see, hold on a second.
Judge, what was the bond on the other matter? I believe you only spoke.
15 and 5,000.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Mr. Kosterlitsky, you also had some misdemeanor cases and warrant status out of Justice Court. One case involving shoplifting, drug paraphernalia, criminal trespass on March 23rd, 2025. A shoplifting case on March 4th, 2025. A possession of drug paraphernalia and disobedience to a police officer charge on May 30th of 2025. For those 3 Justice Court cases, I'm going to quash the warrants, enter pleas of not guilty. I will release you on all 3 cases. Your next court date in all 3 cases in Justice Court is going to be November 24th at 8:30 a.m. You're not allowed to go back to any of the store locations in those cases. You also had city court cases. Well, one city court case, sorry. It was for shoplifting from July 16th of 2025. I'm going to quash the warrant, enter plea of not guilty. I'll assign a city public defender to represent you. I will release you. December 19th, 2025 at 9 a.m. is your next court date in city court. Your city court attorney will be out to see you. Thank you.
But this is quick.
What is your full name, sir?
Charles O'Neill McDaniels.
Mr. McDaniels, you have several charges in your case. Unlawful possession of a dangerous drug for sale, unlawful possession of narcotic drug for sale, transportation or sale of a dangerous drug, illegal control of an enterprise, misconduct involving a weapon, simple unlawful possession of narcotic drug, another count of transportation or sale of a narcotic drug, and a simple count of unlawful possession of a dangerous drug. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. Let you know you do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I'm going to hear first from the prosecutor's office regarding his bond recommendation, and then I will hear from your attorney. Mr. Goodman?
Your Honor, the state's requesting on this specific co-defendant a $25,000 bond with pretrial services. He's got a criminal history involving similar conduct, and when I looked at some of the date ranges for the transactions and things that were involved, it would appear at least he was on felony probation for a portion of those dates offenses for, again, a sales case during those times. So the state would be recommending that bond in light of the nature of the offenses and the fact that he was on probation for some of the transactions at the time.
Defense counsel?
Your Honor, I would ask for a more nominal bond for Mr. McDaniels. I know he has no recent failures to appear. He's lived in Arizona for over 50 years, and he is presumed innocent until proven guilty.
Mr. McDaniel, your bond is set at $25,000. If you're able to post a bond, you will be released to the supervision of pretrial services. You must comply with any monitor treatment they recommend. You are not allowed to drink any alcohol, take any illegal drugs, possess no firearms or weapons. Don't go back to that camp location. Legal Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. November 24, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. is your preliminary hearing. Your attorney will be in touch with you soon. Thank you. Your excuse. What is your full name, please?
My name is Carlos Antonio Sheck.
You have two separate felony cases. One case is from November 11th for shoplifting. It's a class 4 felony. The other case is from November 12th for shoplifting and unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. Let you know you do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I'm going to hear first in the prosecutor's office regarding his bond recommendation. Then I will hear from your attorney. Mr. Goodman.
Your Honor, the state's recommending a $5,000 bond. Both his state and federal prior, he was non-compliant, had to be revoked from probation. He's got misdemeanor criminal history involving similar conduct. And I would note, as pretrial did, that he's got two post-adjudicated warrants out of Saurita for two 2021 cases per their report.
Defense counsel?
Your Honor, I would ask for release to pretrial services or a more nominal bond for Mr. Shack. I'll note that he has no prior violent convictions and he is currently homeless and unemployed. Any bond at this point would have the impact of holding him in custody.
Mr. Shack, your bond is set at $2,500. If you're able to post a bond, you will be released to the supervision of pretrial services. You must comply with any monitor treatment they recommend. You're not allowed to go back to any of the store locations. Legal Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Your preliminary hearing is set November 21st, 2025 at 1:00 p.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you soon. You also have a warrant for your arrest out of Saurita, charge involving a DUI drug case that's been pending since October 20th of 2020. I'm going to quash the warrant. I believe it was a post-adjudicated case, which I'm not sure exactly what's happening. Once you pled guilty, I will release you on this case. December 9th at 8:30 a.m. is your next court date in Saurita, and I'll let the Saurita judge know that you're currently in custody on the two felony matters. You are excused. Thank you.
Hey,
What is your full name, sir?
Timothy Ray Welch.
Mr. Welch, you're charged with unlawful possession of a narcotic drug, unlawful possession of a dangerous drug. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. You do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. I'm going to hear first in the prosecutor's office regarding his bond recommendation, then I'll hear from your attorney. Mr. Goodman.
Yes, Your Honor. So the state's recommending a $10,000 bond with pretrial services. This is the third and final co-defendant to the 100-acre woods location. He didn't have as concerning criminal history as the other two co-defendants. He does have a sales prior, but it has a little bit of age to it, and he did make admissions to law enforcement about using and reselling at that location.
Defense counsel?
Your Honor, I would ask for release to pretrial services or a more nominal bond for Mr. Welch. I'll note that he has no recent failures to appear. He's currently unemployed. He's lived in Tucson for about 7 years. So I would ask for release to pretrial or a more nominal bond.
Mr. Welch, your bond is set at $5,000 plus release to pretrial services. If you're able to post that bond, you must comply with any monitor treatment as directed by pretrial services. You're not allowed to possess any alcohol, don't take any illegal drugs, and you certainly cannot be in possession of any illegal drugs. Don't go back to that arrest location, the 100 Acre Wood location. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Preliminary hearing is set November 24th at 1:30 p.m. You're excused. Thank you.
Your Honor, was one of the other co-defendants appointed to the public defenders?
Yes, so it'll be Legal Advocate Office. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. My apologies.
No, you're fine. Thanks. Everyone's excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you, Judge.